Patriarchy stunts men's growth while expecting women to carry the emotional weight while men struggle with their suppressed identities. This brings us to Law 43, the 48 Laws of Power. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Patriarchy weaponizes this principle to condition boys from a young age, teaching them to suppress emotions, reject vulnerability, and conform to rigid societal roles. This emotional stunting creates men who are disconnected from their true selves, creating ripple effects that harm their relationships and communities. Women are often left to shoulder the burden of emotional labor, taking on maternal roles that drain their energy and stifle their personal development. Recognizing this dynamic is key to breaking the cycle and reclaiming balance. From an early age, boys are taught that emotions are weakness and vulnerability is dangerous. They are told to man up, suppressing their feelings and denying their development of emotional intelligence. Instead of exploring their individuality, men are conditioned to find worth in dominance and external validation. This lack of emotional growth leads to an identity crisis, causing men to conform to patriarchal roles even when it causes depression, risk-taking behaviors, substance abuse, and suicidal ideation. For women, the consequences are profound. Men's inability to process emotions or take accountability for their own stunts their growth and forces women to manage the emotional health of relationships while neglecting their own needs, teaching men skills they were denied in childhood. This position causes burnout, resentment, and emotional isolation. Women are left feeling unsupported in relationships where the emotional labor is expected but not acknowledged. This imbalance damages relationships as well. Men become dependent on their partners for emotional stability, creating a parent-child dynamic instead of equal partnership. Resentment builds, conflict escalates, and these unequal partnerships often fail. Women must recognize these patterns to avoid becoming trapped in maternal roles. Men's emotional development is their responsibility, not yours. Set boundaries early, identify emotional immaturity, and refuse to take on the role of fixer. Prioritize your growth and demand equality in relationships where emotional labor is shared, not imposed. Law 43 highlights how patriarchy manipulates boys to sustain itself, creating ripple effects to harm everyone, especially women. To disrupt this cycle, we must teach boys emotional intelligence, normalize vulnerability as strength, and create space for individuality outside of patriarchal roles. By addressing these root issues, we can dismantle a system that harms us all. This patriarchal conditioning is a burden that was never women's to bear. Let's challenge these dynamics, set boundaries, and demand own their own issues. Share your experiences in the comments.